Greetings and salutations. This is the voice of Loquacious of Herd, bringing you his afterthoughts on My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 6, Episode 4, titled On Your Marks. I heartily suggest you find and watch the episode itself, sans commentary, before proceeding with either this afterthoughts review or viewing my full reaction, which is hosted at the link in the description. Be warned, this afterthoughts review will contain spoilers for the episode itself. With that out of the way, a note before we move on to the review. This spoken herd review will be relatively brief, as there was a more extended written herd segment produced for this episode. That written herd segment is available in Google Drive, under Details, in the Blind Reactions description. I quite enjoyed this episode, the first post-Cutie Mark story for the Cutie Mark Crusaders. In it, we find Apple Bloom struggling to adapt to the changes to their group's core dynamic. Specifically, what are they to do now that they no longer need to crusade for their own Cutie Marks? In most respects, this question was already answered back in Crusaders of the Lost Mark. But a return to the solutions discussed there, and a slightly more in-depth look at what it means for Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, and Scootaloo to be crusading now serves as a nice and perhaps necessary transition for their story, easing them into their new roles, as it were. But the real conflict comes less from the fact that how they will be crusading has changed, and more from the fact that now in their post-Cutie Mark adolescence, these three friends are free to pursue hobbies, to have fun, without that fun necessarily being a group effort to find their special talents. They are free to grow in their own directions, pursuing individual interests that the others needn't follow along with. Of course, Apple Bloom isn't used to doing things on her own. Indeed, she misreads the situation as a sign that the Crusaders are drifting apart, just as she feared. Eventually, she learns to accept that being friends doesn't mean you have to do everything together, and that their dabbling with solo hobbies, far from being a threat to the integrity of their friendship circle, may well help strengthen it. And along the way, a number of important little lessons are folded in. Two of my favorite being that you can enjoy something without being good at it, and you can be good at something without enjoying it, and both of these are fine. And now that they have eased the Cutie Mark Crusaders into their new roles, and laid the groundwork for what future Crusader episodes will be like, I must say that I'm quite looking forward to their next adventure. If you wish to see my full reaction to My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 6, Episode 4, titled On Your Marks, the link, as I mentioned earlier, is in the description. Feel free to leave any comments or likes for that reaction here on this Afterthoughts review. In addition, the full text of the original written herd segment for my blind reaction to On Your Marks is available in Google Drive under Details in the video's description. Until next time, as always, kindly remember, y'all are awesome. Stay awesome.